The World War II scenario in Age of History 3 is literally the worst of all scenarios in the game, and here's why. I want to pull my heart out because I have so much aggression towards this scenario. It's really serious, but I'll tell you my complaints about it only after you subscribe to the channel, because only 6% watch my video subscribe. So let's fix it, and like and comment, and we begin. I decided to play as Third Reich, and I realized it's just horribly unbalanced. Let me explain why. Look, see this, the clock. In this scenario, time moves by hours, not by days. No, it doesn't go by hour, but by 8-hour chunks. So one step is 8 hour. Whereas in all the other scenario, time progresses by days. One step equals 1 day. So in this scenario, time is 3 times slower than in another scenario. Do you get my point? Nothing in this scenario is adapted to this system. Absolutely nothing. Let me explain further. In the time it takes for 1 day to pass here, in all other scenarios 3 days would pass. So money and recruits are not adapted to this new system. For example, if you want to build an army of 100,000 troops, it's going to take you 3 times longer to get these recruits in this scenario than in another, because the recruit gain here is still calculated as it would be for a regular mouse, but here the mouse lasts 3 times longer, so you're spending way more time gathering recruits. The same goes for money, technologies, legacy point, and diplomacy. For instance, aggressive expansion points drop at a rate of 2.25 per year. So to reduce your aggressive expansion points, you need to spend 3 times more. Three times more time. For example, if you need 10 years to reduce 20 aggressive expansion points in another scenario, here it would still take 10 years, but the time is 3 times longer. So by the time those 10 years up, you would have already spent 30 years in another scenario and gained much more aggressive expansion. And that's the main problem. Nothing in this scenario is adapted to the time system with our. Even when playing a strong and large country like Germany, your recruits drop to 0 in the very first major war. Just a little time passes, a big war starts, and bam! Your recruits are gone. To recover them, you need much more time. Want to build a big army? You can't, because you don't have enough recruits. If you take over territories, your aggressive expansion skyrockets, and when your aggressive expansion exceeds 100, I remind you, all your neighbors will attack you. Here's how it goes. Let's say you try to play historical and declare war on Poland in 1939, maybe 1940, or even delay it a bit, and even pops up with the Polish ultimatum if you play historically and you declare war on Poland, but at the same time the Soviet Union also has an event, and by those events this country are already annexed by the USSR. So you share a border with the Soviet Union, and if you want to take over Poland, first off, you won't be able to take all of it, and you won't be able to conquer the eastern part of Poland. You simply won't have the power to do it. Fine, historically German didn't take all of Poland, so whatever. But if you try to take so much as you can, and if you fought anyone before, your aggressive expansion points go over 100, and once that happen, all of your neighbors and even neighbors across the sea will declare war on you. So by 1939 or 1940, you're already fighting the whole world. Britain, France, Switzerland, Italy, if you don't form an alliance with them, Yugoslavia, the Soviet Union, literally everyone attacks you by this time. Recruits are completely exhausted during the war. You fought anyone early, you don't even have time to reduce aggressive expand, you won't have time for anything because of this system with the time moving by hour. It just not adapted properly. Now, how can this be optimized? Well, there are 2 possible solutions. Either they should increase all of the numbers but 3 times, so that monthly recruit rate is 6,600 instead of 2,200, and your money goes from 180 to 540, and aggressive expansion drops by 6.75 per year. That way everything would be balanced, or they could reduce the same of the values by 3 times. For instance, reduce the cost of buildings, the amount of recruits need to build an army, the cost of technology, the cost of legacy upgrades and diplomacy recurrence, etc. You could decrease all this number by 3 times, so that aggressive expansion points are gained slower when you conquer territory. Both of these options are really simple to implement. I'm not a programmer, but I'm sure it's not hard to script something like that. If time is an hour, then multiply the values by 3 times for things like gold, recruits, technology, legacy points, and so on. It's not complicated. I know you can theoretically turn off the hourly system by editing the scenario in the editor, changing the time format to days and playing with that, but then you destroy the entire purpose of the scenario because you won't be able to play historically. You just have a 24-hour timer and the game would become too fast. You'd lose the feeling of the time pressure, which is important when you play a scenario like this. The charm of playing in modern time where every hour counts is lost. So I understand why Lucas didn't put the 24-hour in a modern scenario, because it doesn't work. It's not balanced at all. Again, it's not hard to blend it. I cry for help. So that's all what I think. And so write any comments. Do you agree with me or not? So don't forget to subscribe. Only 6% watch my video. Subscribe. Let's fix it. And like. And see you soon.